When do you start telling children the truth? For example, grandma is dying, good Lord, you should say so in an age-appropriate way. Otherwise the kid will not be able to say their goodbyes. Why would you not always tell kids the age-appropriate truth? Tell them the truth from the day they are born. For example, grandma is dying and kid asks if she's going to be okay. Do you always say no? No matter the age? If they are old enough to ask the question, they are old enough to get an answer. Grandma is going to die anyway and you will have to explain it. To a young child, I would explain that grandma is very sick and we should cherish the time we have with her right now. For a Santa Claus situation, do you just keep saying he's real until they figure it out, or do you break the news? You don't need to lie about Santa Claus. Many people think it takes the fun and magic out of Christmas. I say that kids live in a fun and magic world even they know they are using their imagination. You can still play the game of pretending there is a Santa without lying to them. Lying to children is never the right thing. Don't lie to kids when it comes to serious stuff, just tell the truth in an age-appropriate manner. They are smarter and more sensitive than adults give them credit for, and there's a good chance they'll resent you or feel confused if they are lied to enough times. As for less serious stuff like Santa, well, there's more wriggle room there. Personally, I don't believe in telling kids Santa is real in the first place. As a poor kid, it kind of fucked me up hearing how Santa brought all these amazing presents to good children and not to me or my sibling. I also don't agree with fostering that level of capitalistic fanaticism and greed in kids at such a young age. It's probably healthier if they know he's not real from the get-go, but still have fun with it, like the Easter rabbit or Halloween ghoulies. My dad died at 8, grandpa at 9, other grandpa at 11, and grandma at 12. For the first two they were sick before and I didn't know they were gonna die. I would have liked to know even at that young age. My daughter was 8 when her father died. He knew it was terminal, so he told her. She asked to see him afterwards, which we did. As an adult, she is of the opinion that truth is better. Father Christmas, she thought it was a fun game we joined in with. Don't make promises you can't keep. When do you start telling children the truth? Day 1. Always tell children the truth. Tell them in an appropriate way, come up with a metaphor or pain, tell them they are too young and will understand later. Don't lie and don't make up stories. It's something that happens solely for the benefit of the parents and they should put on their big boy-girl pants if they have kids. A parent should never lie to their children. Depending on the age, there are ways in which you word it, so that they understand. When my 3-year-old came back from kindergarten to ask about Santa, I explained to him that he was a person who lived long time ago, and now he is part of a nice story. When he asked about God, I explained to him that it's a fairy tale that some people really believed. Maintaining the trust is extremely important. When my daughter was about 7, she asked if Santa was real. I sat her down and asked her if she wanted to know the truth because the truth came with responsibility. She said yes. I told her a story about how when she was a baby, both my wife and my families came together to make Christmas happen for a mother and her little boy who wouldn't have had Christmas otherwise. I told her that Santa wasn't a flesh and blood person. He was the spirit of generosity and wanting to see other people smile. And now that she knew the truth, it was her responsibility to carry that spirit forward. Children are more resilient than people think. They can handle the truth as long as you tell it to them in a way that's comforting to them. In your example, instead of just saying grandma is dying, you'd say something like grandma isn't feeling well. We don't think she will be with us much longer, sweetheart. But don't be sad. Death is a normal part of life and grandma had a long and wonderful life full of happiness. Depends on the child, really. For serious things like illness, truth is important, because big lies to children can be pretty disruptive. For things like Santa, you'll answer honestly if a kid asks directly because they are figuring it out. I don't have kids, but the day my nephew was born I told him about Santa, Keeser Sos, Tyler Durden, and that pro wrestling is scripted. I don't think he remembered any of it though. I have a bunch of kids and I always have told them the absolute truth, but the catch is to find out exactly what they want to know and why, so I can answer in an appropriate way. My son was 5 when my husband was dying of cancer. We were very honest that daddy was very sick, and I brought him to the treatment clinic a few times. When it got down to the last couple of days, when my son was now 6, I told him that daddy would soon pass away and would not be coming home again. I asked him if he wanted to see him one more time in the hospital, but he did not, so I did not encourage it any further. His dad would not have wanted him to remember him that way, and their last day together had been a positive one. My son was a bit concerned about what would happen to him if I died, and rather than tell him I would not die, I explained that he would go and live with his aunt and uncle and his 2 cousins, which reassured him greatly. Generally don't lie. It messes them up if they can easily tell that something is wrong. But yeah, sometimes that chocolate bar that was left in the kitchen drawer has magically disappeared overnight and I have no clue how that happened. So some things are secret but not rarely lied about. I don't really believe in lying to kids. I tell my kids the truth. I played along with Santa and such, but when they straight out asked me I told them the truth and to not tell the younger siblings. When they are at the age when they ask a direct question they will get a direct answer either from you or someone else. May as well be the one they come to for the truth. Hang on, what's this about Santa Claus? I soften the truth, but I don't lie to them. Kids understand more than we think. We just have to remember what it was like to be a kid. Why would you ever lie to a child? Then they won't trust you.